It happened in the TPI Cafe in downtown Cookeville, Tennessee, in September 1956. The restaurant was located on Broad Street, the iconic principal thoroughfare of a small southern town. I had just gone to work as a dishwasher there to raise money for college expenses. TPI Cafe was the gourmet restaurant for the entire region, with a reputation for outstanding customer service and great food served on elegant tables adorned with white cloths. Across the street was the Shanks Hotel, considered the place to stay for salesmen coming to the Upper Cumberland and sports teams for high school and college competitions. Near the back corner of the restaurant was the railway depot. Passenger trains ran regular schedules between Nashville and Knoxville. Since Cookeville was the halfway point, the train would stop for an hour and a half. If it was lunchtime or the dinner hour, passengers and crew would usually come to the restaurant for a meal. The white travelers would come to the front door, be warmly greeted and escorted to those white-covered tables to be served. The black passengers and crew members came to the kitchen door, very near the railroad tracks. They'd knock, and when the door opened, each would ask, inevitably, the same question, oftentimes in an uncertain voice. "May I order some food, please?" When it was handed to them, they would sit outside the restaurant or take the meal back to the train. I was just a freshman in college, didn't know much about anything, but I did know this. What I witnessed was horribly, horribly wrong. That was 64 years ago. But those pictures from the back door of the TPI Cafe linger in my mind, and they still haunt me. All those black citizens wanted was to be included, to have the same opportunities as others, to pursue their aspirations for honorable work, for a quality of life, for education for their children, to be treated with fairness, dignity, and respect. And yes, to sit at those tables in the front of the restaurant. As I faced them, the words of that song I had learned in Sunday school not that many years earlier surfaced in my head. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white. All are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. That love doesn't cease when children grow up, and all are still precious in His sight. We've come a long way in civil rights since that fall of 1956, but we still have a way to go. What is happening in America today, the unwarranted, merciless killing of George Floyd and the resulting protests all show that. The answer to the problems that divide us in this nation must begin in the heart. The late Robert F. Kennedy said, during another dark time in our nation's history, the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., "What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness, but love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, and a feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our country, whether they be white or they be black." Recent racially charged incidents, including the death of Floyd, have torn open the rawest of wounds, racism. Judging a person according to skin color is an ancient sin. For that reason, God gave us an ancient instruction. Let us make human beings in our image, make them reflecting our nature so they can be responsible for the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the cattle, and yes, earth itself, and every animal that moves on the face of the earth, from Genesis 1:26. Would you, would I, let this truth define the way we see other people? Every person you come in contact with was created by God to bear His image and deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. That means that all people should be seen for who they are, image bearers of God. Racism will not flourish when people believe their neighbor bears God's image. God's plan is the only plan. See every person on the planet as God's idea. "May I order some food, please?" Let's seek to meet the needs of all souls hungry for love, respect, and dignity. Life Care believes in the preservation of dignity and self-respect of its residents and associates in a loving and caring environment.